What is going on, buddy?
Hello!
It is Plixie Partners here, and welcome back to AI the Somnium Files. When we left off, we went through a boss's hectic Somnium, full of doors as far as the eye can see, but we made it through in one piece.
Eventually.
And we found out that the boss seems to have solved, kind of in a way, the serial killings, because we saw Renju killing... oh my god, Shoko. We saw Iris killing Renju. We saw So killing Iris. And then we saw Boss killing So.
Yeah.
Hell of a fucking wild trip. So I can't wait to hear the answers for this.
Apart from Ota, there are 4 victims. Shoko Nadami, Renju Okiura, Iris Sagan, and So Tsujima. Who was responsible for these murders? Shoko was stabbed by Renju with an ice pick. Renju was strangled to death by Iris.
What a wild trip.
So cut open Iris's body.
And then just had to kill Oda because he decided to fucking show up.
But who shot So?
Who killed Markiplier?
In other words,
Who shot
all
So
of
is
these
the
murders were
bootleg
committed by different people. There wasn't just one killer. That's how it looks on the surface, anyway. But that's not the truth, is it? There's only one culprit.
Are you saying that the Cyclops Killer is fucking hopped between every single person's body?
I had that thought too, outside of recording. I just never said it.
One person. And that person is...
It's me. It's the real me, whose body I'm inside. I don't know, I was like to see if Peter was here, but it's you.
Yes, you. The person in front of me right now.
You're blaming the commander of Abyss for this?
No, not Boss. The person inside Boss's head.
Whoa.
Can you at least try to make sense?
All right, I'll explain. You know about the abandoned chemical plant in Kawasaki? There's a prototype sync machine there. You use that device to swap around bodies one by one.
In other words, the entire egg ends up being replaced. Mind, consciousness, memory, they are traded. Switched.
We also have to keep in mind that at the very end of the Somnium, we saw Boss and Hitomi. So there's potential something's already happened to Hitomi too, since she's gone, kind of. God, fuck. All right.
I don't know where it started, but at some point, you got into Shoko's brain. Then you got into Renju's, and got rid of Shoko's body. After Renju was Iris. You strangled Renju using Iris. After that, into So, who you used to kill Iris and Ota at the cult storage warehouse. Now, you're in Boss's body, inside her head.
Well?
I see.
Oh, now you chillaxing. Okay.
If you know that much, then I have nothing left to hide. Yes, I am the culprit behind the new Cyclops serial killings. I guess you can call me the new Cyclops Killer.
Would you happen to be number 89? The original number 89? I guess you want my body next, don't you? Because you want your original one back. You want to be back in the body of Saito. Yeah, Saito Tsujima.
Yep.
Sejima.
No, you got it right the first time.
Okay. Who the hell are you people?
Saito.
Yep.
Saito Tsujima.
There it is.
Congressman Tsujima's son.
What?
I researched Saito thoroughly, but I cannot find any images of him on the internet. He is listed on the family register, but I cannot find any photographs.
Look in that mirror.
Who is inside Iris during the interrogation Sunday? Yeah,
That was me.
Oh, interesting.
You imitate her well.
Yeah.
From the way you talked and your body language, it was like the real Iris.
Like you're a fucking psychopath.
Earlier, too, you almost had me fooled. Your imitation of Boss was perfect.
Yes, there's a reason for that. Let me define some terms first. A person's memory and sense of self. Let's call that personality. It isn't quite the right word, but it'll suffice. Now, transferring that personality into someone else's brain, let's call that parasitism.
Okay.
The one transferring is the parasite. The one being transferred into is the host. Are you with me so far? Moving on. Even after the personality exchange is complete, the host's memory isn't completely lost. About 1% remains in the brain. So, a parasite could use that 1% to imitate the language and behavior of the host.
Fascinating.
That's how I knew about the warehouse and Sunfish Pocket, by the way. Thanks to Renju and Iris's remaining memories.
It's interesting because she's talking like number 89 did now.
Yeah.
Like the cadence and tone and all
Oh,
that
yeah.
is exactly the same.
I know. I love it.
Props to the voice actors.
I'm telling you, it was me. Why are you making me repeat myself?
That means the Somnium I entered on Sunday.
That's right. It was me.
That explains why that one was showing like all of the Cyclops killings,
Yeah.
because it was essentially us or them. How? How does he know about the original Cyclops Killer? Something else was troubling me.
Because he is the original. Yeah, that.
Dad.
What's going on here?
Because that's technically him.
I'm ready for the revelation. That's probably
Before
how this
I
rout's
do.
gonna end.
Yeah.
Something
Knowing
I
the way
wanna
they
hear
like to
from
do
you.
it.
I want my body back. Give it.
Or they'll probably like the last question was like, why did you know about my body? It's like, well, because you're me
Yeah.
and I'm you. What?
How did you know about the prototype sync machine? And not only that, you also seem to know what the sync machine is truly capable of.
I can't remember how I learned that in this one.
Why is that?
Boss told
That's-
us.
Regaining your memories,
Or was
are
that the
you?
other one?
That was in the other one.
Oh.
We didn't learn it on this
Oh,
side
oh,
at
see?
all.
Human memory is fractal. If you retain even a single piece of it, it's possible to recreate the whole thing. Pieces of memories are like roots that grow into every corner of the brain, gradually, slowly, taking its time. I imagine the same thing is happening in your brain right now.
A fractal is a figure with self-similarity. Allow me to explain. See this? Whichever fragment you cut, you will see a similar shape.
What?
The whole is made up of its similar parts. This is called a fractal figure.
Okay.
Memories in the brain are similar. That is what he is explaining. He is claiming that from a few pieces, you can rebuild the memory.
I knew about the prototype from regaining my memory. Is that right? No, that's not it.
Parallel worlds exist.
Interesting. So I wonder if that's kind of almost in a way canon to the world, because that's a line that Iris only said on the opposite side of the room.
Yeah.
So I think by going
This is
through
getting
all of
real
these,
trippy.
I think by going through all of our memories, like apparently Date as a character is regaining the memories of various things through the other route. Continue, please.
Fine. I still have time.
Time?
You'll see.
I don't trust that.
So, where do you want me to start?
It's just past midnight on Tuesday. Joko was killed on Friday. I think that is day 1. Today is day 5. What was Saito doing those days? Decided to ask him. Let's start from day one.
Yeah.
Friday.
Like you guessed, my personality was in Shoko, Renju's ex-wife. That made calling Renju easy. I need to talk to you about something. He came over without question. I think it was around 4 p.m. I had him meet me at the chemical plant. I made Renju go to sleep. Synced, switched personalities, and then stabbed Shoko's discarded body with an ice pick.
Beautiful.
I
So
took
in other
Shoko
words,
to Bloom
Renju.
Park by car.
Yeah.
Using the old abandoned subway line.
But what about number 89?
What do you mean?
Because didn't he call here saying, I know who killed Shoko Nadami? I know who the
Yeah,
new
but
Cyclops Killer is?
I think the thing that we have to point out here is that based off of this timeline, that means that number 89 isn't number 89 at all. Number 89 is someone else. Let's keep moving forward. It's all going to get answered at
Yeah.
some point.
Must have been around 8 p.m. by the time I was finished. I tied up Shoko to one of the merry-go-round horses.
But that would be why the person knows, because at some point they probably picture up like, I'm not me. Something's
Yeah,
going on
so
here. I
this-
know who's the new
so
Cyclops
that
Killer.
means that
Potentially,
number
actually,
89 that we
if
talked
we-
to isn't Saito?
What do you mean?
Because I'm like, oh, they talked
No,
the same and all that.
The person that the number 89 that we talked to, because I'm pretty sure this was all in the same timeline of, we talked to him in the Annihilation route, I believe, unless he's in another one. That wouldn't make sense if he was in a different one. I'm just going to double check. That broke for a second.
Because we've seen so much.
But yeah, he's in here somewhere when we talked to him. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because it's not after this point. Yeah, of course it's not showing it in here at all, but yeah, we talked to him in the green route because that was early on.
So that wasn't Saito?
So I guess what we could say, potentially, is that because he's saying early on he was already in Shoko's body.
Yeah.
So unless there was another one that happened beforehand, that could mean that Shoko and Saito got flipped way early on. How early? I don't fucking know. Because number 89's been in jail for a long time.
Yeah, I'm just saying because when we talked to him, I thought, I guess these aren't
Let's
the
just
same
keep pushing
people.
forward and see what happens.
It's so confusing.
After that, I used Renju's phone to send a Nile message to Mizuki.
I mean, granted, we're going off of a theory here, so we made it confusing.
Now you're caught up in something serious.
Then, I just waited for Mizuki to arrive.
What was your plan behind that exactly?
Yeah.
Well, let's go on to day 2.
Until next Saturday evening, my personality was inside Renju. My next target was Iris. I knew she would be suspicious if I asked her to come to Kawasaki, so I asked her to come to Sunfish Pocket first. I called her a little before 5 p.m., and she arrived just after 6. I greeted her, then convinced her to come with me. That's when Ota saw us. Anyway, I put her in the car, then headed to the chemical plant. On the way, I made her take a sleeping pill. I knew she might run once she saw where we were going. It was around 7 p.m. when I got there, and I wasted no time switching bodies. After getting Iris's body, I used a rolled-up apron to strangle Renju to death.
So that was the weapon.
Then I put his body in an empty oil drum I'd prepared earlier. I put that in the trunk of the car, then headed to Sunfish Pocket.
You hung it up like a
Then-
Christmas tree.
Something I didn't anticipate happened.
Ota?
Waiting for the signal in Akiba, someone knocked on the window of the car. It was Ota. He asked me something about being able to drive. He was surprised, to say the least.
Oh, it's right.
I didn't have time
Yeah.
to waste on him. But I couldn't risk him finding the oil drum in the trunk. Plus, if word got around that Renji's car was spotted driving around Akiba, that would foil my plans. So, I came up with a lie. I told him that I didn't have a license, so he had to keep it a secret.
And he would do so.
Yep.
That's what that thing referred to in Ota's Nile
Oh.
messages, by the way. And just like that, I managed to escape a bad situation and headed to Sunfish Pocket as planned. The rest went exactly as you already figured out.
This is why Iris grabbed the fucking knife.
Yeah.
And that would explain why she was so psychopathic, because it was fucking Saito inside her in that timeline. God damn. Okay, Iris is cool. Iris is chill. She's also
yeah,
dumb.
our Iris is
Listen, we didn't like her when we didn't know that you could switch bodies between people.
Yeah.
That makes things a little fucking complicated.
Yep.
God damn it.
I like this music though.
Yeah.
It's cool.
All right, let's go over day 3. The fun day. The bloodbath.
Sunday morning, I had a recording or some such thing scheduled. Oh, I am, of course, referring to Iris. I didn't want to draw suspicion, so I decided to attend as planned. I went to Lemniscate and performed my job. And when I left, I ran into you, Date.
Hey, it's me.
To be honest, I was a little surprised. Just the previous night, I was a parasite in the body of Renju. I didn't think Ota had seen me. So, of course, I didn't expect to see you there so soon. You were on to me, but there was nothing I could do about that. If I ran, it would only increase your suspicion. So I decided to play my role.
Go with the ebb and flow.
Yep.
The interrogation began around 8:20 p.m., is that right? Then you synced into my mind.
Yeah.
So we're just like,
But you didn't get what you were looking for, did you? As a result, you had no choice but to release me. I didn't want to go home right away. I knew there might be police waiting for me. That would make it difficult to sneak out at night. And that would put my plan in jeopardy. So I asked you to take me to Marble. I tried to find an opportunity to run, but then another unexpected event occurred.
Oto, and he fucking tased me.
I
Yeah.
got a Nile message from Ota. I knew I could use him. So I told him I needed his help and to meet me at Marble. He did as I instructed him to do.
God damn it, Oda.
After that, I got into the van with Ota,
Pliable like Play-Doh.
Yep.
but because his presence was unnecessary, I asked him to stop at a convenience store to buy me something to drink. When he was gone, I took his car and drove to my parents' house where I used to live. Yes, the Sajima residence. Of course, I knew I couldn't just walk up and ring the doorbell. Hello, Father, it's been a long time. I was also in Iris's body at the time. But I thought I could use that to my advantage.
Ironically, still accurate.
So I pushed on the intercom and sure enough, my dad invited me inside. I told him this. I want you to come with me. There's something I need to show you. He was quiet for a while, but eventually agreed and got into the van with me. We arrived at the prototype sync machine around 11:50 p.m. By the time I was in the body of Sosajima, it was a new day.
Continue. Let's hear more
This
about
was
this.
yesterday, early Monday morning, past midnight. In my new body, I drugged Iris, put her in the van, and drove to a new location.
The warehouse.
Okiura
Yep.
Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. I arrived around 1, then prepared for the show for a couple hours. Of course, when I say show, I mean dismembering Iris.
Gee, thanks.
Because of the temperature in the warehouse, it took longer than I expected to prepare, but... well, you saw it in the video. Of course. I didn't anticipate Ota would show up. What does that make it? 3 times that brat has showed up unexpectedly?
He's like a gnat, dude. Can't
Yeah.
underestimate him. Fucking champion.
That annoyed me to no end, and I took that out on him. Dressing him up in the polar bear was an impromptu plan on my part. I didn't mean to make you think he was the killer. I just wanted to throw a wrench into the investigation.
It worked.
Didn't matter if you found out or not. This all happened Monday morning. I left the warehouse around 3:30 a.m.
What a busy bee you've been.
For real.
We still gotta talk about Monday.
There isn't much to talk about on Monday. Before noon, I used my old man's body to call this one Boss. You might not know this, but she and my father go back about 6 years.
Found out in the Somnium again.
Eh.
Two shared a terrible secret. Hinting at that was enough to get the boss to come running to me immediately.
I'm curious what the boss's connection
I
is
injected
in
her
that.
with a
Yeah.
sedative, then brought her body to the chemical
Wonder if it
plant.
has to do with us.
Probably.
I synced with her, exchanged our bodies.
I mean, it might have been her deal to fucking do the foop, the switch. I don't know.
Mm.
And after blowing my father's brains out, I cut his body into pieces.
That means Boss is dead.
Yes. I think technically speaking, yes. There, my brain's trying to go through all the
'Cause-
pieces, but I think that's the case. Yeah, that's the case. Yeah, boss
'Cause
is
Boss
in there.
was in
Boss is
So.
in there. That's death. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Everyone's
I
dead.
stuffed the meat into a vase I'd brought earlier, then drove back to my house.
Keep going. Yes, please.
Hooey.
So I just spoke with grace and no sign of remorse.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep my anger from boiling over and kept asking him questions. Oh my god. Why didn't the sink victims resist after waking?
Ah, the prototype sync machine has a special feature.
I was gonna
It
say, like, Shoko would
administers a
just
strong
lay
dose
there
of
and everybody just
sedatives
lay
to the
there.
original body, and a stimulant to the host after a sync.
Isn't that just convenient?
Yeah.
That kept them docile.
Why did you take out the victim's eyes? You're just so used to that?
You know all about the prototype sync
Oh,
machine, don't you?
okay. Yeah, that makes actual sense.
That should explain it.
I knew. Prototype sync machine differed from the one at Abyss in a few key ways. The machine at Abyss is more sophisticated. Nano cables from the sync gear enter through the gap between the eyeball and socket. They then travel down the optic nerve canal into the brain. But the prototype sync machine isn't so advanced. To perform a sync, you need to remove the left eye, manually. The subject and the syncer have to remove their eye from the socket. Otherwise, the cables cannot enter the brain.
That makes so
Of
much
course,
sense.
even with the eye
now.
removed, severing the connection to the brain isn't necessary. The extracted eyeball still has the optic nerve and blood vessels connected. After a sync, the eye is supposed to be replaced back in the socket. It's supposed to be safe. Side effects are rare. Unless the nerve or blood vessels are damaged, somehow replacing the eyeball isn't too difficult.
He didn't give a fuck about doing that.
Let's talk more about that then.
Of course, I don't really care about eyes.
Yeah.
I don't need them. All I cared about was exchanging bodies with the sync.
What exactly is your end goal in this?
And for that, I needed to remove the left eye.
Why didn't you just put the eyes back when you were done?
That's obvious. Once I was finished transferring into a new body,
Yep.
the old one was of no concern to
He was
me.
gonna kill them anyway, so.
Why would I bother replacing the eye? I was just going to get rid of it anyway.
Where are the eyeballs you removed?
Well, I remember we discovered the one creepy thing of finding Shoko's eyeball inside Renju's stomach in one of the
Yeah.
timelines. So I can't wait to hear this answer.
Did you eat it?
Shoko's is in Renju. Renju's is in Iris.
Iris isn't so.
Iris's is in Dad. Dad's is in Boss.
Did you eat them?
Their stomachs, I mean.
You ate
You
them.
sick bastard.
You sick fuck.
You fucking ate
Yes.
them.
I ate them.
Why?
What a delicacy. What can I say?
Immediately after exchanging personalities.
How horrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say it that as this has kept going on, the personality between the number 89 we've talked to
It's
and
nothing
this
like
no, this person's much more
Saito.
fucking psychotic.
Oh yeah. I kind of like it though. That's
Anyways,
the
the
problem.
thing that I've been so
I
curious
love
about.
crazy people, man.
Yeah, but the question, what's the motive behind killing
do you
everyone?
do you just want to kill everyone in the world?
Homicide is my hobby.
Oh, it's a hobby.
I have a tenacity for it. What can I say? Of course, it was also necessary to make sure people kept their mouths shut. If I took over someone's body, they would know about my crimes. I couldn't risk them reporting me, so I killed them.
So you just all of a sudden day to day hopping to bodies, killing a new person every single day because it's fun?
Apparently.
What the fuck?
It was also a matter of revenge.
Oh.
Against you.
Oh.
It's personal. That's why I chose people close to you as targets.
Fun.
Well, except for my father, of course. That was personal to me. But don't ask. It's embarrassing.
Revenge against me.
Boy.
Here it comes. I'm pulling it from the fences, baby.
This series of murders was like a journey for me, you know?
I guess the one thing that I can say, well, no, it's still technically number 89 is Saito's original, or is our original body, and number 89, number 89 is our body. We are in Saito's body. So those are, so even the number 89 right now isn't technically the number 89 that
Yeah.
is what
Just
They want our
where did
body.
Saito come from? That's what I want to know.
What do you mean?
Like, what body was Saito in?
Saito's
like
Saito,
originally.
Saito's original body from their actual body. You're talking?
Like who did we switch with?
I believe that we switched with Saito early on. We did a flip-flop to where our original body was number 89. And
then
his original body is
someone else switched
Date's.
with 89?
At some point, probably before he went to prison. It was probably a last-ditch effort to keep him out of prison.
So someone else.
And I'll assume that Shoko had to be involved in that
How
because
did number 89 know so much then? Who
I don't
was
know.
that?
I don't know. We got to figure out who that was. I
wasn't
keep going
Uncle.
forward.
Because we're uncle, I think.
Traveling through bodies to finally reach the end.
My head
That's the thing
starting to
about
hurt.
traveling. You always wind up in the same place, don't you? Where do you think that is? Your home. A trip is only complete once you return home. The same goes for me. When I return home, my travels will come to an end.
Bless you.
Thank you.
So I'll be needing it back. My body.
There it is. There it
You
is.
stole my body. You took it from me 6 years ago. That's why I want revenge.
What are you talking about?
You have no idea what it was like inside my own head. I miss it. I miss my brain, Date. No matter how many people I killed, it never worked. I never felt happy. I feel miserable.
You mean...
That's right. He would like get happiness from killing people. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's why he wants this brain back.
Isn't
He
that
was
just
born
great?
with a brain dysfunction.
And that's why we take medication. Because this brain
Yeah.
is fucky wucky.
Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
So we take oxytocin. Okay.
Oh, that's right. My old body. How are you finding it, Date?
I've been fine. Never better, right, Iba? This body is yours? What the fuck?
That's what I've been telling you!
But I don't have the same oxytocin deficiency you did.
That is because I regularly supplement it. They must have increased your dosage too much.
No, but the person who had this disorder was number 89, the original Cyclops Killer.
That is what I believed as well. But we must have misunderstood. Pewter did not specify who exactly was imprisoned, only that one of the original culprits responsible was currently in prison.
That's strange. That would mean number 89 is the previous chairman, Rohan.
That must be it.
Oh.
Rohan is a parasite inside number 89's brain.
So those two flipped at some point. And then, so Rohan flipped with number 89, which put Saito inside Rohan's body. And then Rohan committed suicide supposedly like a year ago. That was probably the flip.
Switched with
That's
Shoko.
That's the flip. Well,
And-
Rohan would technically be... No, the number 89... I was saying and confirming the number 89 we spoke to is Rohan.
Yeah.
And that means that after that, whenever that happened like 6 years ago, that Saito took over Rohan's body. And then technically number 89, Saito, and well, the consciousness of Saito inside Rohan switched with Shoko. So then Shoko was
Shoko probably
in
pushed
Rohan's body.
body off the building or something, right?
Well, are you talking personality or are you talking body? Yes.
To make it look like a suicide.
Yeah. Saito inside of Shoko's body pushed off Rohan,
Yeah.
who was Shoko inside Rohan's body.
Yeah.
That's how it played out, I believe.
Pewter must have known that.
No way.
I was confused. I didn't understand any of it.
Let us determine the specifics using Saito as our starting point. Whose brain was he in before Boss?
So Sejima.
And before So?
Iris. And before that, Renju. And
Yep.
before that, Shoko.
Yep, we know
And
that
before
path for
Shoko?
sure. Whose body were in before Shoko?
I was a parasite inside Rohan's brain 6 years ago until last year.
There it is.
Yeah.
I'd lost most of my memories. I was a shell of a man. They housed me in a special
So
hospital.
that's why.
Yeah.
But I still had those fragments of my mind left. Just as I explained earlier. From a single piece, you can recreate the whole. I took my time, slowly regaining my memories. 1 year ago, I remembered everything. I left the hospital and immediately sought out Shoko Nadami. I got her body, and she was in Rohan's. When she saw herself in the mirror, she lost her mind. She was confused, panicking, running up the emergency staircase,
Oh.
and then...
So she did it herself.
just did it herself. To be fair, I guess I can understand that, waking up and seeing that.
Yeah.
And she was also
That's why Rohan
not
committed
the,
suicide.
not the best person. She was probably very shallow, be like, I'm ugly, and then
That's
jump.
not it.
After that, I spent a year perfecting my plan, using Shoko's body. I spied on you all this time. That's why I know everything about you.
Who were you before Rohan? I'd assume that was just
In there.
yourself.
In that body you are operating right now, in that skull, my personality lived there.
Wait, hold on. If what you're saying is true, what about my personality?
It was in Rohan.
I'm not Rohan!
Correct. It is just as he explained earlier. Number 89 was in Rohan's body. In other words,
Your body's number 89, Date. Dun dun dun. Your body's in prison.
That's my real...
That's me.
Oof.
Wonder if Hitomi knows. Probably not. She probably would have figured that out a long time ago. Be like, keep it going.
Sorry, but time's up.
Oh.
I want my body back.
You think I'm just gonna give it to you?
It's quite simple. Sync with me and stay inside my mind for more than 6 minutes.
And if I refuse?
I know that you won't. I know it.
Huh?
Date, look! This is streaming live!
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Hitomi? Yep.
Oh, shit.
That's a bit
Damn you.
excessive.
If you give me back my body, I will give you the location. Oh, and of course, it isn't the chemical plant in the Kabasaki district.
Iva, where's the source?
It is being routed through numerous IPs. I cannot identify the source.
Pewter, contact headquarters, now!
Got it!
Now, what will you do? Will you agree to my request?
I'm gonna pull a save in here quick.
Wasn't that like fucking 3 sticks of dynamite strapped to her?
Yup,
Isn't that a little excessive? Oh, wow.
One of these takes us to an actual ending, one of them is just gonna not be. So I won't do it.
Date, I'm hurt. Don't you care about what happens to her?
Don't you play with me, I won't do it.
Do you understand the gravity of this situation? A bomb is strapped to her body.
Can't let you have your way.
You're too stubborn. Or maybe you're just cold-hearted.
I won't do it.
You want to see what will happen? When her flesh burns and tears and scatters.
There ain't nothing on there, you're lying to me. I won't do it.
If you aren't quick, you'll see the whole thing. You know I'm not bluffing, don't you?
I won't do it. I didn't agree no matter how many times he demanded it of me. I refused again and again.
He was being really generous.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's... When I saw it, I understood. Boss's body rolled in the corner of the room. I didn't want to think anymore. Anything. Nothing. I closed my eyes and ran my palm across my face. I could taste blood. Well, I don't know what I expected from that. All right, now that I've done that, I'm just gonna go back to my my save file, so I can go right back to the choice. I'm not gonna save on that one. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll just reload my save file from the yeah. I don't want to start from there. I'm gonna go back to my. I'd like to go to the title screen and fix that.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do the appropriate way this time. Let's
That was some interesting
right there.
dialogue.
Yeah.
Yes, we know.
All right, look at us. We're doing the thing. Yes. Oh,
Well, it doesn't let you
blew up
skip
the
it,
place.
does it?
Nope. We gotta watch through our life's history up to this point through the reload of the thing. But now, we're right here. Hey, buddy.
I love this
Fine.
track.
I'll do it.
Date!
See?
I have no other choice.
Yeah, what
You
about
wouldn't refuse.
Iba?
I know you well, don't I, Date?
Maybe Iva can handle it from
Iba,
here.
hop out. Evacuate first. Or keep pumping oxytocin
Yeah,
into
you
the
can kill him
brain.
from the inside.
That's not what I
know
meant.
You can.
The self-destruct.
That is the thing.
Remember?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then we can be boss. My dream realized.
Oh boy. Hashtag not my daughter.
I did it. I did it. I'm back. I got it all back.
Hey, where's Hitomi?
All right. I'll tell you as promised. Boss's house. However, it might be too late by now.
What?
Wow.
Great, it happened anyways. Fuck.
Why?
Return my body and I'll tell you the location. That's what I said.
I mean, that's true.
I didn't lie. I kept my promise.
You bastard!
Yeah, we're an injured
You're
boss's
the
body.
one who injured that body. It's your own fault, really.
Damn it.
Be seeing you.
I will self-destruct. Don't just run. Do the thing. Oh wait, we have a code and everything we have to
Yeah.
say. Fuck. That waddle.
Date, are you alright?
She's the one that said hashtag not my Date.
Iba's voice barely resonated. My eyesight was hazy, a leap of broken images.
A leap?
Sweat was building on my palms. Felt like my throat was closing up and I was struggling for breath.
That's not good.
My ears, the rushing blood of my heartbeat was the only sound.
Everyone's dead.
Shoko, Renju, Iris, Ota, Hitomi. Boss. The flesh remains, the mind is lost.
I couldn't do anything. Saito had me right where he wanted me. Nothing. Nothing.
Parallel worlds exist.
The words suddenly echoed in my head. I couldn't remember who or where or why, but I thought that if there really was such a world, then me in that world, I is another.
Could I have had a better future?
Here's hoping. I prayed that I could. I felt my consciousness sink into a black abyss.
I was like,
Iba,
what
do
do
the
I
thing.
do?
Do the thing. Destroy everyone. Destroy us all. Destroy us all. Destroy us all.
Stop.
Okay. Hoo-wee. Anything after the credits there, or is that gonna be it's the end of the Annihilation route? God damn. Well, wasn't that just fun? Everyone's fucking dead.
It was interesting, that's for sure.
I'll just my headcanon is that afterwards we gave Iba the security code that I believe was actually created in another parallel universe.
Yeah.
But she remembered because it's all connected.
Ooh,
But I guess we'll save from that one.
Saito's true form was interesting.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Holy moly. But now that we've gone through that, we've now unlocked the rest of the final route. We're getting back to where it's us and number 89 staring each other face to face.
It makes me wonder.
How different this timeline is?
Yes.
That is the great question.
Like, is
'Cause-
Saito just straight up number 89 right now?
I don't know. I think we'll have to get the answers by going in there, is because like I don't know how much of the past will still remain in this timeline. Because like I thought the explanation is that it kind of is that it starts the same but changes based on the decisions that you make is where it branches from, which would mean that everything that happened 6 years ago, 1 year ago, that still all took place.
Mm-hmm. Because
But I
I
mean,
think if the same thing was going on, what if he was in Renju and just synced with Renju, killed him, and now you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean the Renju kill is pretty recent. So
Like using.
well, you know
I wonder
what?
if he hopped from Renju to number 89 is what I'm wondering. Which is why
oh
he.
shit!
Which,
Yes,
Which is why he helped number 89
is broken
escape.
out of prison.
Yeah.
You absolutely got it right. Yeah, because he moved from Shoko into Renju, And then working together with Pewter, they broke out number 89.
Mm-hmm.
So he flopped the 2 to where him inside Renju's body flipped into number 89's body, our body, ironically.
Yeah.
And then killed...
The Renju body.
Yeah, but the personality inside it was Rohan.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, actually in this timeline, that would still make sense of what will
In
be
this
going on forward.
timeline, we
is,
can get our own body back.
Hey, isn't that something to look forward to? But we'll see how this all plays out next time.
We can be Uncle again.
We can! After we find out how to save Iris.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Because she's still in a little bit of fucking danger right now as well. So we have
Can
to
you
figure
imagine
out how
trying
to
to
fix that
explaining
one.
all this to Mizuki?
Oh, God. She's going to be a tortured soul trying to listen to that one.